So I sit at the table and I try to toss things into the garbage and see if I can play for the Celtics, but I'm too short and too old, so I guess not. And I missed and it hit this stuffed animal, and now he's blind in one eye, and it reminded my late father-in-law, William. I took care of him when he was dying, and Robert went to work at Bagaduce Lending Library, and I took care of him all by myself. I signed the hospice papers agreeing to be his caretaker, and little did I know, that meant Jennifer is a nurse now. And I'm not a professional nurse, and I have anxiety. And it got to a point where I went in the ER over a panic attack because I wasn't doing my routine, which is exercise, eat right, etc., because I couldn't leave him alone because Robert was working and the other fella was in another state. So Jennifer was the nursemaid taking care of their father for free until the very end when he had to go in a nursing home because Jennifer said, I can't do it anymore, and I got yelled at because I wouldn't play nursemaid. And then all of a sudden they took him and, oh, sorry, he's got to go in the nursing home. I can't do this full time because I have a dingle between my legs. Oh, only women can do it? Or men who step up to the plate? And there's this cat sleeping on my silverware because the drawer is broken where my silverware goes. Don't ask me that happened because I'm not telling you. And there's some suet that I made from scratch because that's what we do. And Brewster was over here looking at cat TV. Anyway, William had one eye, and guess what? It actually did get shot out by a BB gun. His brother, when they were younger, shot a BB gun and shot his eye out with it. And it really does happen. It's not just in the movies. And he was going to boarding school in England during World War II when it broke out. And he couldn't get back home to New York because his mom was from New York and his father was British. And they met in Shanghai. There's a whole story there. And he was trapped. So he had cousins in Merseyside near Liverpool. And he was in Merseyside during World War II. And they got bombed out twice. They were in the shelters. And they came up and their house was bombed out. And I said, William, what did you do? He said, he was like 15, 16 years old. He says, I was fire warden Billy, and I put the fires out with a bucket of sand till they told me I was too young. He went to, what was it, MIT or Harvard? He had a degree in physics. He did all kinds of secret stuff for radar for the government, and we don't even know what he did. But then he became a professor of something, electrical engineering. He was a smart fella. And I listened to his stories because that's what you do when somebody's dying, is you sit with them and you listen to their stories. And I was glad I did. It screwed me up a little, but, you know, what are you going to do? We promised we wouldn't put him in a nursing home. We didn't until the very end when he couldn't walk because he was falling down, and he was there looking over Bar Harbor, so, you know, he had a nice ending, and they gave him his glass of wine at lunch, and Robert said he was saying, are there animals in heaven? Will I see the animals? Because he always wanted to be a goat farmer. He used to joke, let's give it all up and move to the country and become goat farmers. Well, you know, goats are cool, but then you can't leave the house because you could have somebody watch the goats. So unless you have a hired hand, you're stuck there with goats and lots of goat milk, which makes good soap. And I knew a lady in Illinois who had Nubian goats, and she had a whole store in her garage outside of Rockford. And I went and asked her, how's it going? She goes, well, I haven't made any money after 5 years, so I guess making goat milk soap isn't the way to become rich. But, you know, I've got lemongrass and mint soap waiting to be cut if it ever dries out. And that's my granddaughter. When she was born, she was 2 months premature, and that was her first bath. See how big my daughter's hand is next to her? I was there when she was born, and I said, hi, baby, welcome to the world. Because Jessica had lost another baby, and he died because he was too premature. And I was there when he died. And the father left the room because he was a jackass. Glad she got rid of him. But this fella is a good dad to Danielle. She just turned 16, so Thank goodness for modern medicine that way. The rest of it sucks, especially in America. Have a pill. Oh, you're poor? You must be mentally ill. Take some pills. Take some opioids so you can overdose yourself. Thanks a lot, Sackler bitches. I hope they pay. Are they going to pay? No. Are they going to be poor and live on the streets in Waterville and be single mothers and be addicted to opioids? No. They're going to get off scot-free. Well, screw them and screw all these rich bitches keeping us down. I'm sick of it and I'm not taking it anymore. That's it. But William was a nice guy, and he liked to go to dinner with us and stuff, and he made his own apple cider, and he got me back into winemaking and stuff, and I don't make very good wine, but it's fun to do it. It's just a hobby, like cooking. People are like, why don't you write a cookbook? And I'm like, a cookbook? Why did you write a cookbook? I don't have the resources to write a cookbook. I'm using other people's recipes. I don't think Jacques Pepin would like it if I said, here's a cookbook of a recipe I made up and stole his recipe and his methods, because that ain't right. I'm just cooking for relaxation. That's it. Sometimes it's bad, and sometimes it's really good, and sometimes it's mediocre. But I'm not a chef. I just like cooking for a hobby because I'm bored. I like doing lots of things for hobbies because I'm bored. Doesn't mean you have to monetize every damn hobby I have. Oh, why don't you become a soap maker? Okay, I'm a soap maker now. Are you happy? I sold some. I made a sale. Big whoop-de-dee ding ding ding-a-ling-a-ling ding-a-ling-a-ring-a-ding-a-ling-a-long. That's it. I'm having more coffee because obviously I need more coffee because I'm not hyper enough. I'm so sick of this. Sick of Robert being dead. I'm sick of my bereavement counselor dying. I'm sick of people giving me advice and telling me what to do with my own goddamn car. It's my car, and if I want to keep it, I will. If I want to sell it, I will. If I want to live here, I will. If I want to move, I will. If I want to sell it all and move to a foreign country, I'll do that too. I'm free, and I'm over 21. So, screw you. I'm not breaking the law just by making life decisions. I'm sorry, family and friends, but I'm going to do it my own way. And if you don't like it, tough crap. Let me give you some advice. Leave me alone and let me make my own decisions. Because nobody stepped up to the plate when Robert died. I got a lot of thoughts and prayers. Well, thoughts and prayers are shit. Thoughts and prayers suck. What really helps is people coming together in this country. And that's what we have to do, is come together. Not say, I've got mine, screw you. Oh, sorry you're going through trouble. Do this, do what I tell you. And you're like, I can't. I literally can't do what you're telling me. Oh, just do it anyway, because I told you to. Blah, 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 blah. Lots of advice givers, not a lot of practical help. Thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing, world.